Hello and welcome back. Today we are doing another stretching video, part of the stretching challenge. That whole challenge will come out soon when I've completed all of the videos, so stay tuned for that. And you can also sign up for my email newsletter. I don't really send out that many videos, but I do send out promotional stuff for my products and sometimes a good challenge like this one. So this week we are on to our middles and our pancakes. That's better! Now you're not so lopsided. A very exciting announcement for my viewers that are based in Brisbane and want to learn off me in person all about handstands. I have a workshop coming up on the 22nd of July. So if you're watching this video when it comes out, please come along, join me for a handstand session. It is jam-packed with the foundations, how to conquer that mindset, how to become more confident and stronger in your handstand, how to master those basics to get you starting to balance on your hands. It's gonna be juicy, it's gonna be a good time. I will leave the link down in my description box below so you can check out more and book to come along. So let's get straight into it. We are going to start somewhat on our back and on our elbows. We're going to start with these little knee circles. So drawing a big circle with your knee, dropping it out to the side, and we're going to do 5 each way. 5, and then back the other way. So around the outside, back down through the middle. Then we'll do the same thing on the other side. And then we can do the same thing with a straight leg, or as straight as you can get it. Just drawing those big circles, going both ways as well. And then changing sides. Next we're going to come up onto our bum and we're going to do a 90-90s, so legs just a bit wider than your hip width apart. We're just going to be dropping that knee down to the ground and then bringing it back up, doing the same on the other side, bringing it back up. For this one we want to have a bit more of an active play in this stretch, so we want to really think about pushing that knee down to the ground, kind of like with a bit of resistance, and then pushing it back up. So really working that internal rotation down to the ground and then the external rotation back. One more on each side. Give those hips a little shake. We're just warming up our hips a little bit before we dive into the slightly more intense stretches, just to make sure that they are warm. Or what you can do is you can go back to last week's stretch video, which was hips, and do that before this stretching video. Next we're going to come up into our horse stance. So coming down, bending down, making sure our knees are over our feet. You can support yourself with your hands on your knees, and you want to almost use those hands to help push your knees out. For this one, it's also really important that you tuck your bum under and you keep your chest up nice and straight. Then from here we can do a little hold as well, really trying to rotate those knees and hips externally. From our horse stance, we're going to drop over to one side. I find this a really nice stretch on my legs, and a really nice way to warm up before going into my pancake. And then swapping over to the other side, you really want to think about having a nice straight leg and almost as if like sitting and pushing it down towards the ground. If you struggle with this one, you can elevate your heel if you've got bad Achilles, or you can hold on to something in front of you to help you to stay upright. After that one, we're going to come back onto our bum, into our butterfly with our feet together, dropping those knees down towards the floor. If you are after a more intense stretch with this one, you can use your hands to push your knees down, or if you find this is really hard for you to do but you still want that extra push, you can put weights on your knees as well. And most of these stretches we will do for about 30 seconds, because there's been a bit of like research by Dr. Huberman that like 30 seconds is the most ideal amount of time to be stretching to make progress. Next, we are going to bring our feet out into our pancake. So the difference between our pancake is that we are staying sitting on our bum and we're bringing our chest down to the floor, whereas our middles, we bring our bum off the ground. We're aiming to have both of our feet in line with our bum. Whereas pancake, your feet usually sit in front of yourself a bit more, depending on your flexibility and range of motion from that external movement. So to start off with, we're just going to be reaching over to one foot, stretching our hamstrings, just being nice and gentle at first. And then going over to the other side, make sure you're also keeping your bum nice and flat on the ground. From our pancake, we're going to bring our straddle in a lot further. This time we're going to be doing compression lifts. Now, I think this is really good because it helps you to be actively engaging that the movement that you want to be doing when you're trying to get your tummy flat on the ground. So for these, hands next to our knees, the further your hands out towards your feet, the harder this will be, and the closer they are, the easier this will make it. Now, when we're doing this, you want to make sure that you are engaging your core and using your core when you are doing this. Sometimes you might feel that your hips like cramp up a bit, or you feel like you're using your hips a bit, maybe even your quads. This is fine as long as you are thinking about using your core to do the majority of this drill. So I do mine at about my knee height, and we're going to be doing little lifts like this for 10. And then rest. And what you can then do is you can then do a little 10-second hold as well. so for this next one, you are going to need a big round TheraBand so that you can loop it around your feet. To get into this one, you're going to wrap it around one foot nice and close to you. Bring the other foot in and loop it around the other one. And then straighten out your feet. Ooh, get that a bit more comfy. So there's a couple different ways you can do this. You can do this sitting down. You can do this lying on your back. You can do it against the wall. It all does the same thing, where this TheraBand is helping to pull you back and to help stretch your pancake. So in this position, we can also start to walk our hands out to see how far you can get your chest down to the ground, making sure that you're keeping your back nice and flat. Of course, there's an airplane. Then coming back up. To take the TheraBand off, go back the same way. Don't try and take it off in the pancake, that will hurt. For our middles, because we are going to be more in line with our foot to our bum, one of the best things that we can do to actively strengthen these muscles is to do side glute lifts. So you can do this with a bent knee, aiming to try and do some with a straight leg. So just using that glute to lift that leg up. Trying not to change his torso position. Aiming to do 10 of these. You can do this down on your elbows, or you can do it down on one elbow. Then we are going to come into our froggy. So for this one, really trying to make sure that your knees are in line with your bum. And you just want to try and relax into this one. If you find it really painful and you're really struggling with it, really try and focus on your breath and relaxing into the stretch. From here, we can then straighten one leg out. And then we want to swap sides for that one. Coming out of that, giving your legs a little shake before we do the final couple drills for our middles. So coming back into our pancake, we want to really try and drop that tummy as close to the ground as you can. If you are looking for that extra push in your stretch, you can hold a weight over the top of your back. Make sure you keep your back flat. From our pancake, we are going to do these rocks from our pancake into our middles. So we really want to make sure that we are bringing our bum back from back here to in line with our feet. Doing 5 to 10 of these. Whew. Give your legs a little shake out. Alright, coming back into our middles for our final hold. Really trying to relax into it and get yourself as close to the ground as you can. Holding that one for 30 seconds to a minute, depending on how your hips feel after all of that. Ooh, give those hips a shake out. Drop your knees side to side. I hope you enjoyed this video, this stretching routine. If you did, please give it a like to show me what kind of videos you are enjoying, and leave a comment down below of what kind of a stretching routine you want to see next. And as always, hit that subscribe button to see more videos just like this and the little notification bell. And I will see you all next time. Bye!